So how do you try out for NXT? Do you call them? Do they call you? How does it work to get there? Where do you stay? Tell us all the details.
So I was booked for a Raw and SmackDown loop as an extra. And Bill DeMott had gotten me booked for that. And then before SmackDown, when the arena was empty, we would have matches in front of nobody except for like William Regal, Scotty Armstrong, and then whoever else just happened to be in the vicinity that wanted to watch. And Regal and Scotty pulled me aside and gave me some feedback and stuff like that. And then we had to go and cut promos for the Brooklyn Brawler. And Regal was in there with me. He brought Matt Stryker in to watch me. They talked amongst themselves. He made me do the promo like 10 different ways, and then went and got one of the writers and had me cut the promo for him, and pulled me aside afterwards and said, I'm going to put your name in for a tryout. Just expect a call. No, actually, sorry. He got me booked the next month as an extra again. And then during that loop, that's when he pulled me aside. And he said, that was November. And he said February they were having a tryout. And so I waited, and eventually I got a call, and they invited me down to try out. I tried out in Tampa at the old FCW building. And it was Bill DeMott, Dusty Rhodes, Billy Gunn, Joey Mercury. Who else was there? Jim Ross was there, Jerry Briscoe. Might be forgetting one or two people, but I don't think Norman was there. I think it was just those guys.
Who was there as far as students?
So Sean Spears was in that class. Kalisto was in that. Adam Cole, Mike Bennett, LA Knight, Eli Drake, Sean Ricker, he was in that class. Who else was there? I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. Marshe Rocket, he's with NWA now. Jesse Neal. And I think there's a couple others I'm missing. But that was... Oh, Dalton Castle was in that. So, yeah, it was pretty stacked. We were there for 3 days. And so it was just drills and drills and drills and blow you up and make you quit for like the first day and a half. And then at the end of the second day, we did matches. Some of us did, some of the guys had no experience, so they weren't going to have them try to wrestle. But we did matches on the second half of the second day, and then the third day was promos.
Yeah.
I went home, sat around for like a month, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's a no. But they told us, that they were going to reach out to everybody. So I'm at home one day, and I get a call from a 203 phone number, and I picked it up. It was Canyon Seaman, and they offered me a job.
What does that consist of? Do they make you move down to Florida? You have to train out every day. What does a week of an NXT wrestler consist of back then?
I know it's lightened up a little bit now from what I hear, but back then it was move down to Florida, and you're in the ring for 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. You're in the weight room for an hour and a half after that. And then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you're on the road doing live events. And Thursdays and Fridays, you leave straight from the Performance Center, get to the town, set up the ring, have the show, break down the ring, drive back. Probably have to go in some Saturday mornings. You go in, either use the gym, whatever, back to the next town, set up the ring, do the show, break down the ring, and drive home. And then Sundays, you're doing laundry, basically. It's like you're one day off.
Who did you work with a lot in NXT? Who did you like working with? Who did you not like working with?
I wouldn't say there was anybody I didn't like working with, because we were all kind of in it together, So everybody was kind of pushing each other to be better. Like we all wanted to help each other, I worked a lot with Angelo Dawkins, a lot with Mojo at first, a little bit with Corbin. Then like some random stuff, like some tags and 6-man tags. And then a lot of time with Rich Swann and Sean Spears. Yeah, it was a good mix of guys, because you always had something different, You know, you have a 1 hour show and you have me and Corbin as like two big monsters. And then you have Kevin Owens come in. So you can't have like three of the same character on a 1 hour show. Even though we're different talents, different wrestlers, it's kind of repetitive at that point. But, you know, I had built up my own equity with what I presented on TV up until that point. So Hunter was like, I don't just want to get rid of the guy. Like, let's come up with something for him. And he had this whole idea. And he pitched it to me, and I loved it. And it was like off to the races after that. I mean, basically everybody, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss. I got to do something with Roman on Tough Enough, which was cool. Spent some time with him. The Usos were down there rehabbing some injuries, so I got to hang out with them a lot. But yeah, practically everybody that's a player right now was down there. The first Bullfit promo, it's myself and William Regal. And I had to eat this bag of Doritos while I was talking to him. It was after I got blown up during my match. And I know how he is with not, like, he takes great pride in being like a one and done guy with promos. As do I, and I feel like everybody should kind of aspire to that, you know? But I was like, I'm going to break him. I'm going to get him. And I don't know what it was exactly that broke him. I think it was, I was eating the chips, and then I like shook the bag and like looked in it to see if like what was in there. And all of a sudden he just goes, and we had to start over. I was like, I got him. Yes, this is awesome. So then like the next take, I did something else and I got him again. And he started to get like annoyed with himself because he didn't want to break, you know? And then he said something to me in the next one. He called me like sunshine or something. And I just lost it. I popped huge. And then the fourth one is the one that they used. And people have called me out for it, but I don't care because I feel like it made it so much better. He looks at me and goes, listen, Flower. And you just see like this smirk come on my face. And I'm like biting my lip, trying not to laugh. And I didn't actually laugh, but you could tell that I was sitting there like, and I'm so happy they used that because otherwise I feel like it wouldn't have been genuine, you know, it wouldn't have been real. He looked at the writers and he was like, I found my new Tajiri. And I was like, yes, let's do that. Please. Like, let's go. Let's film something every time you're here. That's awesome. I ended up pitching to Michael Hayes. I put a cover sheet on it and everything. And I made like a 10-page pitch of all these different interactions that Regal and I could have. And my favorite one was, you see like a yoga studio or whatever, right? And then inside is like a Lamaze class. And it's all these pregnant women with their husbands like holding their hand and they're doing the breathing exercises. And then the camera pans over and there's like me in his arms and he's holding my hand and I'm doing the Lamaze exercise.
Hilarious.
Like there was so much stuff we could have done with me and him. And I feel like that's like my only regret is that stuff never got to happen.